Welcome back in. I don't know if you've ever seen a speed pre-show. I know we used to do the speed knife rounds. That's kind of what we've got here a little bit. We are straight into the action, in fact, as they were not waiting around to get into this one. Linvision versus Talon. They're like, listen, guys, it's just been a cool game going down, but we've got to play too. And indeed, we are getting them going to stay on schedule here. Inferno, apparently. We'll talk over the veto as things get going here, folks. But yes, Talon Linvision, the next elimination game that is up, and things start off well for Linvision. Westmelon catches Addict going digging for information. They'll go flying out of the balcony here, and the kills are so damn good for Linvision. It's all on Netic, and he is absolutely miles away. Nothing he can do to stop this one.
Yep, consolation frags onto Amelia. Going to be on the hunt for maybe one or two more, but Flying is looking to ensure that he does not have a say in this one. Well, does find another with the left-hand side of the dual Beretta this time round. As time ticks down and no kit available for Netic, it is just ripping heads off shoulders if possible. But that is all she wrote. Vision. Going to be securing this one. If there was a kit, I'd maybe believe a little bit more, but that's not to be the case. Zaka, really nice round from him. Picking up 2 frags on a pistol. Just give you a little bit of context of how quick we've jumped into this one. HLTV doesn't even know the game's bloody started. We've got no information right now regarding what the veto is, other than the fact that it's Inferno. So hopefully we'll be able to pop that up on screen relatively soon. But yeah, really nice round there from Talon. Sorry, from Linvision. God, my head is still like.
I know we needed a few more minutes, didn't we, mate? We needed a few more minutes to get readjusted. But this is what happens. Games on the other side of the world, and yeah, we hung about a bit too long, I guess, and they just wanted to get straight into things. Players are ready, and listen, man, how long are you going to have them sat around in those hotel rooms and whatnot? It's a bit of a different vibe.
Absolutely.
Than a studio where you can have double setups for sure, but they can just sort of hop around and stay present. And then of course in the arena, like, you got to wait for the game before you. So
yeah,
I sympathize with the situation. It is
Shanghai
again
Hotel Arena.
Yeah,
it's where the games are being played.
Yeah, the nature of the RMRs, and I think rightfully so with the storyline coming into things. It's nice to hear from Owner. And he is a streamer. He's a yapper. He is a yapper. As a fellow voice enjoyer myself. I don't know, man. I don't know. The brain is going. The brain is going. But the Talon Force Buy. Let's get in on the Counter-Strike. The Talon Force Buy is going well here. They've got themselves an advantage.
Yep. Couple of frags here. Westmelon and Fufu fall to the wayside. To see a nice pickup both from Addict and MHL. Galil's recovered. Weapons to be able to take advantage of this round. We've only got a solo holder on the site right now of Hazard. Azza backing him up as well from CT. It's a bullet onto Emilio, but all that's needed. But how about a 1D in the process as well? Hello, Hazard. You're right there, mate. He's been itching to get on the server, it would seem. As he's on the hunt for another one, he does indeed get it. At 3K to lock down the site and to bring Talon back level into this one.
Okay, so your veto here to talk things over, just to keep people updated. This is the pick of Talon. We've got Dust2, the pick of Linvision, and then we have Anubis as that decided. So those are your maps, and hopefully things will get sort of updated in relevant places within due course, so you can keep track. But yeah, the Counter-Strike never stops. It absolutely never stops here in the Asia Pacific RMR. And an explosive round coming in, Talon showing their hand and showing what they're capable of as a contingent. Hazza, for a while, was one of these players that had a lot of attention, the next up-and-comer, can he impress, etc., etc. And it feels like he's been around forever, and he's still only 25. So, really, really one to watch within this series.
Only 25 is what I like.
He's 22. I got to fact check myself. It's a good job I did check.
Okay, that's very different.
He's still been around forever, though, bro. He's been in teams. He's been in teams since 2016. So yes.
Well, Inferno is well underway, and it gets brought down to a 2 versus 2. Emilio and Flying still left alive and kicking in this one as I cast a curse. Flying's life with Hazard on the spam. Emilio. Corner looking for some heads, finds Hazard, Netic as well, and it gets a little bit close for him to be able to find that one. Second round on the board for TALON. Learned something quite cool the other day. TALON were putting out some content, and I thought, oh, Hazza and Azza, their names sound pretty familiar. And Hazza says there was a player called Havoc and a player called Azza that he used to look up to back when he was pracking and trying to decide his name. And so he mixed the two. And now, well, he's on the team with one. Really cool. Nice to see people getting to play with people that inspire them. And Azza looking to inspire the rest of the team from the front as well as their caller. Inside of mid though, some damage. Inspiring frags in the round this time round. He picks up Westmelon and Addicts will here as well.
Yeah, money being made quite easily. Nice and crisp. MHL back in. So it is just flying that remains. We're in for some pretty chaotic Counter-Strike in this one as well. As non-stop aggression, a minute 20 in the round and we're nearly done. You know, for Inferno, that's a really quick round, even in the anti-eco situations. Flying is dragging things out ever so slightly. Will take a decent amount of time to hunt him down, but very, very good. It's all into this next round. Lynn Vision have to start to get things activated. So to kind of give the story as well, Lynn Vision, a team that we have been covering. They actually lost out to the DRILLAS in their opening game. They very nearly came back into it and I think just weren't ready in the same sort of fashion that we've seen like FlyQuest lose the Dust2 just now. They weren't ready for the aggression, the individuality of DRILLAS, but moving into the alter ego game, they look better. Still not massively convincing considering, you know, alter ego also full of players that aren't really looking to do loads with this team. You know, they may well stick around in some capacity, but is Dobu staying? Is Shine staying? Probably not, right? And I think Lynn Vision for me have not really looked all that great, to be honest with you. Yep. So we'll see. There's a couple of members that we like the look of. There's a few that are yet to get going into the RMR.
I think the exception to the rule of the Lynn Vision not looking great was that nuke yesterday, right? I think they were looking crisp, they were looking clean. Zaka, of course, putting up the numbers alongside Flying, putting in some work. These question marks around a couple of these players, Flying and Afufu, the most recent additions to this roster, of course, and a number of names in the scene around Asian CS have been saying not actually that impressed with these two additions, considering the people that they're replacing. Of course, losing Starry, a very strong rifling presence, losing him to Tyloo, I believe, in August. But yeah, Zaka has the opportunity of being one of the best players from China when he shows up, which seems to be a strong majority of these matches that we see him play, which is great. Full buy from both sides. There's AKs on either side of the map. And TALON need to continue this momentum that they have built up. From 3-1 in the scoreline. Sir and MHL. Some damage. It's a four-man stack that now fades away. They realise the fast push is not coming towards Banana.
No, it's a little bit more towards the middle here, and as they're going to get completely caught off guard, there's a lot of bodies ready to go, but they just weren't expecting 3 players in that smoke all at the same time, right? At the head of the Hydra, you kill 1, 2 more appear. So it's unfortunate for the TALON setup, and a nice little move there from Lynn Vision again. Very fast into the round. They will get it closed out, going to get the bomb plant in, and may well go for a pretty heavy hunt here if they want.
Have a ton of money to be able to do it with, so it's like they're pumping the brakes for the time being. Not in a difficult spot for them to be able to save directly onto the bomb site, so they will have to start lurking away to be able to keep these rifles up and alive. TALON, yeah, kind of fell over off the back of that triple push through brackets, full arch. Hazza, MHL and Addicts not really having a say in the round, and Hazza and Netic, I don't think they fired a bullet yet. Either way, Lynn Vision bring it just a little bit closer. 3-2 current scoreline. They look to chip and poke away and crunch down on TALON. But evidently, a technical timeout while we take a little bit of a respite. And honestly, thank God. I still need it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just a sort of lull in the action here. Hopefully not going to be waiting too long. This might be our first calm down that we've had in quite some time. It is good to see to just kind of sort of reset in. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there buzzing off of that previous result, but the games continue, and FlyQuest journey, it's not done yet. You know, they've got to finish that game, and all the excitement, all the energy that you've put into it, absolutely brilliant. And then you have like this massive adrenaline dump and all that to deal with. And then you probably should sit around and watch this game as well and just sort of figure out what's going on and prepare yourself for that next best of 3, which the stakes are even higher in that.
Somehow.
Incredible stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I do hope they return in some fashion, in some way, you know, the more open qualifiers, but potentially need to be a bit tighter, potentially a bit half and half, maybe, you know, bring back an invite system into the major itself. These are kind of topics for the podcasts, but yeah, just the stories that we get are incredible.
Well, speaking about storylines, there's a couple developing here. We touched on them at the tail end of that FlyQuest DRILLAS game. But either way, no matter who wins this one, FlyQuest have stake in both races. They want revenge back from the Greyhounds days if they go up against an Inferno once more. And TALON, well, they can win this hellhole in the first place. Fantastic from Netic. Well, blind 2 frags. And Zaka trading it straight back. The low damage from the util committed with Azza ahead of the smoke. As Zaka thinks about tapping the bomb, changes his mind. Crossfire being held, trades that over. This rotate is really good. Azza not actually pushing through the smoke, instead just trying to line it up. He goes for the spam and he does get punished for it. Hello, bloody hell. Chill out, Zaka. I don't like him, but that's a little bit brutal. Addict is going to be able to recover the AWP, and now he fades away into obscurity of this round. Back towards that A-bomb site. With 3 surviving from Vision once again.
Unbelievable shot through the smoke there. Seeing Zaka frag well, though, is a very, very good sign for Lynn Vision, of course. He's been their one sort of redeeming feature over the past few months. And maybe one is a bit harsh, but he's been one of the redeeming features, let's say. So if he can come alive, it would be huge, and he's going to find an AWP, but doesn't fancy taking it. So that kind of speaks to how Lynn Vision are opting to play their T side at the time being.
Really nice hold here from Netic. This tap. I mean, it was the first bullet. You didn't need to spam it away. Chill. It's all good. Hunting down the Addict is important as well. It's pistols across the board here for TALON. Cheeky little 5-man stack. We aren't going full Astralis with the totem pole, but it's not far off. Lynn Vision. Again, with a careful approach. Flash goes up. Amelia hides away. Cautious not to block your teammate there. They know someone's close. They might try to run the home, but with the barrage, yes, it's the high rate of fire on these AKs that are doing the work. A couple of frags found, but the consolations, damage dealers to the economy for Lynn Vision. As they take the lead for the first time here.
Yeah, looking good while doing so. Of course, TALON sort of exploded onto the map with their Force by win, riding that high for quite a while. But yeah, Lynn Vision looking good here, and you know, you can see as it's fully fleshed out now, this is the pick of TALON. They need to look solid. Lynn Vision Dust2 is kind of a secret map that they have. They've been working on it to maybe not serve them super well, but there are times that they're able to, you know, just completely flatten their opponents. Oh, Netic, okay, finding 2 on the edge of the smoke. A little ridiculous from him. Brings it into a really advantageous position now from TALON.
Netic playing util. Has to pull back, gives away the position, but about Zaka on this off angle was a great spray transfer from Hazard to Netic, and MHL to pick up the pieces here to ensure that they don't just get clapped by a solo player. Still with that man advantage, but unless Hazard goes nuclear, it's going to be difficult. Does find that kill onto a Fufu. Now Flying left remaining in the 1v3. Tall order for him to be able to do too much here, but does have some time to play around with. Should he want to be cautious, surgical, clinical with the clearance? Well, he does spot out Addict, and Tommy works out well in his favour, but with the damage dealt, Azza is going to be good for it. 4 for 4. Fist bumps go round the room. Towards them. That's
Lynn Vision, this is where they, sort of fall apart. I don't know that the mid-round contingencies are really present for them. So they lose the initial 2 and they don't have much of a game plan beyond that. So we'll see here moving forwards what Lynn Vision are able to achieve on this T side. Still got plenty of cash available. Violence decent. Lot of 8 damage. Oh, Amelia goes in kind of early. Ends up being an easy finish. The trade's there. Oh, it's Westmelon for the double kill, in fact. Thought surely it would just be, a back and forth and then Talon coming out on top with the banana control, but not the case.
Absolutely none of that. Westmelon wants to get some frags. Get some more kills to his name. So not the top fragger for the side, of course, being the IGL, but can step up to the plate when needed. Got a very good showing on Ancient yesterday against Auto Rico. Did the same here as well. Crossfire being held, Azza getting a little bit more aggressive on MHL. But he is going to fall to the wayside at the hands of Flying. The Molotov is going to stave them off just a little bit. With 50 seconds on the clock, still some time to play with if they want to re-rotate towards the A-bomb site, but to make a dent here on B. When he goes down, they know Westmelon's been done, but such a forward position from him to be able to rip the head off of MHL. Addict on the long rotate now, all the way from Banana. Looking to be the knife between the shoulder blades for these remaining 3 players. Only low HP on Westmelon so far. Zaka and Flying still will take a couple of rounds to be able to take them down, but there goes one of them, the most influential player who was left alive in Zaka. AK now recovered. The single tap to the head will do it. Nade goes in. Going to miss Westmelon, of course, not going to be playing in the more passive angle. Comes in. Westmelon spray is good for Addicts, but just can't deal with the overwhelming firepower, with Flying being there as well. It's a 5th round for Lynn Vision Gaming. They still don't have the best economy, but they're sitting ahead of the CT for sure.
Pretty fearsome. Yeah, and I mean, getting 3rd as well on the Love it. Absolutely love it. Lynn Vision getting their lead back, should be able to solidify it now as well. Looking good. This game moving very, very fast. Talon do not have a lot of time to adjust and figure out. Maybe a timeout required just to get a feel and
I'll take that.
Ice things out, as we like to say. Yeah. It's not even like talking tactics necessarily. You just need to get in the right headspace. It can be tough. You're playing many different styles of Counter-Strike here, Talon. They've obviously prepared for FlyQuest. Not doing so well against the Chinese Counter-Strikers Rare Atom. Now they're facing it again. It's a little up and down. Very, very different teams and styles and approaches. It's a lot to consider.
I've had a lot of time to practice. They've been, from my understanding, on boot camp inside of Europe for the past 2 months. Not played an official since September. Tracking for as long as they can for this RMR. High expectations from Azza. Said in an interview that his expectations are high. He feels like he's always done well at the RMRs, the minors, etc. Wants to continue that here. Attempting to qualify for the first one in Asia. have a bye now, coming to round number 11. Wasn't competitive in the previous, of course, for the USPSs, but a single frag will do them justice. Large commitment over towards this B-bomb site with the nade. So much work. Brings Westman and Amelia and Zaka within a 1 tap of health for these M4s. Should they be able to execute. Hello, MHL. Through the smoke, through the wall, through the Westmelon to take him down.
Yeah, great find. Really big kill, and I mean, it is facilitated by that earlier nade damage, so it all comes together very, very nicely for Talon. And as I mentioned, Lynn Vision, they go down. They are in the difficult spot now, and it proves quite challenging for them quite often to get back into rounds like this. So let's see what they're able to find. Spam through the smoke is present, but not really getting anything done. Lynn Vision opting to walk through and see what they can get away with here. Are they going to lay any nades down and give the game away, I suppose, is the big question. Now, if there is a highly trained ear, they may well have heard that nade drop. I don't think it's quite the case. A well-timed smoke hit, good information coming in as well. If we look at the minimap, 2 from behind, MHL to thin the numbers even more, and they're all split now, not looking good. Fufu, the first to chime in. Flying's a little trapped behind. The bomb's been dropped. Only 20 seconds to get it back. So, yeah, this is all over. Potentially. We'll see. Can they find the heads in good time? Fufu spotted. It's all on Flying. And he will be traded out in due course. Talon hit 5.
Convincing round from there as well. Really nice B-hold. Even with the push coming through from Lynn Vision, they're able to quite cleanly take them down. Both the CT defense and the... God, like even hit him. It was like crosshair placement. Hit him in the hand. Counter-terrorists win. Flip MHL towards the end there as well. Final round of the half. Tactical timeout going to be coming out from Lynn Vision. Talon looking to bring this level as we are soon to swap sides. Bit of a force here for LVG. Don't have the best of econ. We've been saying this for the last couple of rounds. It's going to be Galil's on 2 of them. Tech 9's on 2 as well. And the single AK of Zaka, who, after a commanding start, I think going up to 11 very early on, has fallen off ever so slightly as Flying starts stepping up and everyone else starts getting some frags. A very slow start for a Fufu, who was on 0 kills for a long time. Last couple, though, influential kills. Let's get across the line, though. Talon sitting pretty in their current position, though, honestly. They are primed and ready to take this level.
Slow moving round here. Oh,
Dear.
a boost of play goes wrong. Happens, mate. Happens to the best of us. There you go. The thing is, there's no one even here. That's usually when it always happens, you know. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference whether they're silent or not, to be honest.
I do like they still went for the silent play after revealing the kick.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. You know, you've committed, so you may as well complete it. A hit coming in, though. Utility reveals their plan. It's a nice setup on the utility side. Pretty far back, not taking too many risks at all. Addict finds the first kill, still got a smoke to deal with the inevitable Molotov, but he can't really support his teammates here. He's moved to find MHL, that's a little awkward when he thought he was covered when he wasn't, and maybe not looking as clean as they would have liked. Hazza finds 2 through the smoke. The site itself had to do more, however. Fake out coming in, not... Oh, going too quick. Hazza has been seen, and they will meet each other in midair to finish things out. Lynn Vision with a slim lead.
Yeah, really slim. It all came down to the suppressor of the M4A1S peeking out from the smoke. They had an inkling he was coming up, but they both had the same idea. It's a nice attempt there from Hazza as he comes round on the rotate. A couple of spam kills through the smoke to be able to bring it to a more level playing field, but still the 2 versus 1. Hell, it didn't even matter. It came down to the solo escapades of both players. DJL now going to be using this time to chime in, have that conversation with the squad. Relatively new as well. Yeah, you've got to talk about this, right? Like, this is a Talon roster who's only been together for, what, 3 months?
I think we're hitting a little bit longer than that, but ultimately in terms of how they've been playing. I mean, under the sort of moniker, yeah, it has only been a few months.
Were they playing together? Was Hazaraza, Addict, and Netic and MHL playing together before this then? Or is this a team that's been brought together for Talon?
I believe MHL was pulled in a little bit later.
Gotcha.
Sort of as things came together.
I'll put you on the spot here, mate. I'm sorry.
You have a little bit. The core itself, I believe, like Azza comes in a little later as well, but the sort of core players have been, as far as I'm aware, I think it was the Bad News Kangaroos off the top of my head. Yeah, okay, so it was for a couple of them. Netic comes in from Rooster. So Hazza and Addict a little familiar with each other, and they have sort of played around with one another a little bit, the sort of Australian and
in the region,
Kiwi
right, yeah.
players, yeah, for sure. So
Hazza was on the sideline for a while after being
yes,
Sprout.
yeah, definitely.
I think that was midway through 2023, end of the Blast Paris RMRs. Ended up taking a sideline. Speaking about sidelines, there goes Addict. Tap there from Zaka as he continues being a force to be reckoned with. Still that man advantage for Talon as they control the materials to speed bomb site. Single taps from the dual Berettas. Not something you usually see. Long range is not their forte, but sometimes a stray bullet can still connect onto the head. Flying and Zaka looking to cause some damage, cause some havoc. Up close and personal with Hazard. Looking to pull the trigger on someone's side, in, and it is laboured onto Flying that does eventually find that kill. And Talon secure their pistol round here, setting them up for a pretty decent T-side.
Yep, looking good. I think they definitely needed that to give themselves a way back into this game. Just keeping their map pick alive. We'll see now. Again, the tail of the RMR here, the Asia RMR at the very least, has been T-sides are the strongest. So we'll see if that continues being the case. Vision going in for the force buy here. Again, a huge fan of this. I think, you know, you lack some automatic weaponry as well, so they're really looking to defy the odds with 5 pistols.
Upgraded though, what's important. 5.7s on 4. The Eagle for Westmelon. Util coming in to be able to block up the sight line with the on site. It doesn't matter if you've got the Deagle, it doesn't matter if you've got the 5.7. You need to see your target to be able to take them down 9 times out of 10. But this has forced Talon to reevaluate what they want to be doing. They think the overcommitment of Util means there's more bodies here than there actually are. With those smokes going down as well, Envision looking to redeploy them with a couple of them. Util committing into it to be able to potentially punch a hole in this defense over on the A-bomb site, and it is Zaka to open us up with the frags. There's a damage tag onto the chest, but it's Hazard and MHL doing the damage to sure Talon are not going to go quietly in this round.
Indeed, looking good. I think the flash was quite nice out towards long, but just too many bodies to get through. And unfortunately, the Lynn Vision force buy doesn't really find all that much, so it's going to be an 8th round in for Talon here. And yeah, we'll see. One day teams will learn. I think they're slowly getting phased out, but those CT force buys especially just really do not deliver. And it will cost a good amount of ground for Lynn Vision. Talon taking control, and it's exactly what they wanted. You know, they start very, very well. You've got that random element of the pistol going their way. They should be set up and ready to go here.
Another row UMP buy on the T side. Second time we've seen that today. First from FlyQuest, now from Talon. Someone likes it. See what sort of effect I can make. Head armor here for any of the players, so 10 will be putting in quite a bit of work as a can find the shots. Here comes the push already. The MP doesn't do any work this time round though. It's MHL's AK that's putting it down the numbers, and he sprays down all 5. Spray control crisp, clean, and an 8th round for Talon here. Fist pump in the air, getting vocal. Hell yeah, let's go. Clutching that one out. Really nice. But only against eco pistols, right? So, still a lead to be celebrated. But it's the tempo into round number 16, the fall by round from both sides, which is going to dictate the pace a little bit moving further.
Okay, let's see. Can Lynn Vision hold on to things, or will Talon start running away with proceedings on Inferno? A big round to get a taste test for the second half. Early banana utility. Conventional as always. Talon not really sending any bodies in, not trying to contest early, but they'll go a little later. They'll gain some ground, but still got to get through the M4s. 1 for 1 thus far. Amelia still sticking around, trying to be the hero. Up at the top end of banana, not quite happening. Netic on the entry. Oh, I think does land there, but it's minimal damage, and I mean that springs him into action. It's all he needed was a bit of blood in the water. There has been a rotation round from Flying here, ready and raring in at first orange, completely unchecked. Can he get multiple? The flash is good. He runs out of ammo, but the space is created. It's down to just Addict.
And Addict is putting in the work. The spray through the smoke onto Zaka with 44 seconds to go. Ooh, that's a unconventional spot. I'm trying to hear for it. Jesus Christ, you're going for the fight, dead on, completely dry. I respect it, Addict, but there was better weapons you could have taken. You're still using the Galil, man. An 8th round here for Lynn Vision, about to bring us back level. And do not get too big for the boots. Amelia, countless blessings for a brief moment there as the shot echoes through the sandbag to deal, I think, 3 damage to a headshot from an AK, which is the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, to be fair, but, you know, it's enough. It's like those flashes when your teammate's like, yeah, I'm flashing you in. It may not work, but it's that confidence, isn't it, that it gives you.
You hear the dink noise, it's like, wait, bloody hell, how's that happened? And you just keep going.
Yeah. But you think he's low. I think it's like a natural reaction. Generally, when dink someone. Exactly. Oh, West Melon. Flying through the smoke. That's it. Tries to recover things, but maybe has made it a little bit worse, actually. 5 up 3. Still a decent utility to deal here. Getting some numbers back. Amelia realizes he's got to stay alive, gets the smoke down, but 3 versus 3, hanging in the balance here.
Health totals aren't looking great for Talon. And considering the weaponry they're going up against, it's going to be difficult for them to be able to convert this one unless the shots are clean. There's an AK in play, a FAMAS, and an MP9, so wall of ammo can easily be thrown their way should they begin to execute over towards A. This rotate from Lynn Vision is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting before the fight even starts. Just having that extra presence here is going to ensure that Talon are going to struggle, and Afufu ensures that that struggle comes from him. Single tap onto MHL as he faces first, and now the backup from short, and behind enemy lines here is Amelia. Spray there onto Hazza, already low HP, and now with Addict locked in on the site. Bomb on his back, could go for a plant if he wanted to. So many angles to be able to clear. He does find one in the process, but Zaka is there once again to be able to find a frag. We are 18 rounds deep, and Zaka has 18 frags to his name. Not to be outdone, though, MHL sitting at 20. This is a 2-man show. So much fragging potential on this server so far. And a tactical pause from Talon as Azza looks to reinvigorate the fragging potential across the server.
Both AWPers as well, to be fair. So
yeah,
kind of good to see, but we've not seen that much AWP action, to be honest.
I was about to say, I don't think we've seen Zaka with an AWP in hand yet. He's just been fragging out with the rifles and pistols.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, T-side Inferno doesn't really play into that very much.
Yeah,
so we'll see as this half develops. He might get it out. Back into the game then. Lynn Vision just about squeezing a lead. a massive round here. If Lynn Vision can take it, deny a bomb plant away, it would demolish the econ of Talon. It's already pretty bad with a, you know, P250 in the mixture and only one AK. So we'll see. Lynn Vision in prime position. Talon have got some work to do.
Pretty slow, pretty steady here. And Vision's given quite a lot of utility to be able to ensure they do not get overwhelmed by a random buy here by Talon, should that come to pass. To quell the critics with a kill, but instead plays flashbang, and off the back of being blind as well, Zach is good for one. In the face is the nade of Hazard, but before he falls, he manages to find that kill onto Emilius. Traded straight away, but with Westmelon on the sidelines, picking up one of his own. Also, Netic looking for the header flying, just caught him on a timing. Sprays him down, taps him out, gets him around. Where on earth is the bomb? Because as of right now, that is a difficult point for Talon. Addict went to go grab it from inside of mid, but does it get punished for his transgressions? The bomb blinks away on the floor. Lynn Vision on the hunt for Netic. He has no real information to work off of, but looks to position himself towards that B bomb site as quick as he can. Fufu on his trail though. I wonder if he hears him. I think he does. Well, he definitely sees him. They share a glance as he dips and dodges his way towards that B bomb site. Flash goes up. Westmelon ahead of that timing, does not get hit and takes down Netic. Continuing to put the T-side economy into the dirt as Lynn Vision move to double digits.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. But we'll see. The flash over the top, you know, it was ever so slightly late, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, early. And, you know, just ends up not blinding. So looking good in the Lynn Vision timeout coming in now. I think they really understand that they're in a great position here. This comes forward as a map that they don't play very often, and they don't play to great success, even against domestic competition. So, you know, I think they themselves realize they're a little lucky to be in the winning position right now.
Vision looking to close this one out. Their opponent's map pick of Inferno. The map in which Talon had clearly been pracking offline, ready and waiting to stomp down FlyQuest in that BO1. So it wasn't easy. Over the line. Flick after flick after flick for Zaka. Finally has that AWP in hand now that he swapped over to the CT side. And this is where he can start running away with things. This double stack Deagle setup could be dangerous if anyone wants to place their demons inside of mid. But not to be the case right now. Lynn Vision, regimented, holding back on the bomb sites. They realise they've got their fill for this round. A couple of frags. And with no automatic fire returned to them, they know that this should be an easy one for them. An easy round for them to be able to get up to 11.
Yeah. Looking very, very likely, of course. I think Talon dragging this one out. Take a moment to consider the next round and, you know, maybe you get ahead, give yourself a kill to be happy with, but, you know, most of what happens here is inconsequential unless they're able to pull off a miracle, but I think we just had one of those, so this game maybe not going to get anything like that. Zaka, nice and clean. Oh, lands that tag, but I think job is just about done. There you go. There's your one kill. Any more would be nice here. Deagle trying, but failing, and Netic has to go down before time. Zaka takes him. Well held there from the pit.
Gets an ace of his own. Saw MHL do it early, that put him into the lead on his squad. Finds all 5 with the AK spray down, but this time round, it's Zaka. Yeah, and it was a bit of an off-angle jump from MHL. So quick on these shots, man. It's the first pixel that he sees, and he can confirm. The Cranium really working away, ensuring that he can find those kills, knows when to pull the trigger, and when he does, it's a kill. Continues holding that very expensive rifle, the sniper still on his back, with a full buy from TALON. They're looking to rip it from his clutches.
Early spam not resulting in too much quite yet. A slow roll for flying in towards this A bomb site. They're actually rotating pretty heavily across on the Lynn Vision side of things. Smoke comes down. It's good timing. Keep them at bay a little longer. And TALON left sort of to make a decision. You know, what do they want to do here? It looks like trying to make a play out long with Attic. Not going to work. However, it will keep that attention on A. So I'm interested now how the rest of the round looks. A really well-timed Molotov and smoke. Westmelon has played it to perfection. Bought so much time. The rotations come his way. The flash, unfortunately, leaves him out to dry. But this 4 versus 4 looks pretty damn good. Lynn Vision are set up and ready, but you got to land your shots, man. The flash is good for flying. He can't quite find his way through the smoke. The next one is also good, but again, you've got to find the kills. The theory is brilliant. The execution, not so much.
Hazard's been a headshot machine this round. Finds that opening kill onto Westmelon when he's completely blind, swings onto the site and picks the head clean off of Amelia's shoulders. And then as flying begins to make his encroach through the smoke, only one man who's there to face him, and Hazard, while not blind, finds that frag. It's going to be a 9th round here for TALON. Nice B aggression. It looked like the rebolster from Lynn Vision, the rotate from A, would be enough. But the hands of Hazard ensures that is not the case. Bomb goes off. Zaka pulls off the angle. Four players for TALON survive as they do move one step closer to leveling this game out with Lynn Vision.
I don't know, man. It just started so well. It's kind of wild that Lynn Vision collapsed like that. And then, of course, got a bit desperate to try and recover it. Yeah, definitely landing the shots, but still, they just looked so good. Lynn Vision positionally and read-wise and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, an individual cracking you open like that should never really happen. Big nade damage. Westmelon looking good here.
Oh,
Netic. He's going to go down to the molly. It's unfortunate, but he does well to find one, I think.
He's going to be pretty content with that one. Pace is slowed once again. Off the back of those trades. Round kind of speaks for itself. It's a pretty heavy commitment down banana for TALON. Lynn Vision try the same thing twice, this time with a extra face already on that B-bomb site. They begin their rotation now over towards A to be able to back up Zaka, who's going to be on this close angle. It's got to be a hell of a shot for whoever swings first to be able to take down Zaka. But actually, it's the Molotov who's going to force him back instead. Util now going to be committed from the CT side to be able to hold the approach. But with plenty of time on the clock, TALON are going to readjust. Set their sights towards this B-bomb site. With the flash going in, the rotate calls have been made. But TALON pumping the brakes. Making Lynn Vision think once again. Here comes the
Flying forced out into the open. Nice find from Amelia, also forced out, but it's flying that goes down to the hands of Azza. A double entry from the low fragging IGL thus far in this game. May well have just given them a big old round there. It's going to be the save from the remaining Lynn Vision players, and they are struggling to hit 12. And the game will indeed continue. TALON proving a bit of their worth on their own map pick.
Money isn't great for the CT side. Still Vision. Checking out where the T spawn. See if there's anything they can find dropped on the floor. A little bit of util left over, you name it. But mainly a safe position. They actually swap sides. Talon's in CT spawn, Lynn Vision in T spawn. As they get teleported back. Moving to round number 22. Only one round separate these two teams, and the buy for Lynn Vision Gaming does not look great. It's looking almost certain that Talon are going to be able to level this one out, unless we see a masterclass from Zaka that we know he can very much bring to the table. Fufu's been a little bit silent so far, with the AK in this round, is hoping to change that. 4-man stack on A. Talon Vision.
Why not? Give it a go. Oh, lovely. Lovely stuff. They break the smoke for the boosted orb. And that's going to, you know, give the idea of maybe a strong buy. You don't rightly know what is surrounding those saved weapons. So, yeah, Talon got to be careful. If Fufu finds a head in the apartments, they're doing really well here, Lynn Vision, to just take this round absolutely by the chin. Zaka trained up and ready. He's moved across from A in towards B. They respond with a smoke of their own to buy some time. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's a deep position as well. Zaka so quick with it. It's Amelia on the deagle to get that one. Wow. Everybody getting involved, and Talon at the very final hurdle slip up massively.
Yeah, that was crazy. We said it would have had to come at the hands of Zaka and a Fufu, but actually Amelia does a lot of the heavy lifting in that round. The final two swinging players when no one else was there to be able to bail them out. Hits those digs, finds those final two kills. Ensures that Talon have to work just a little bit harder. Now, guys, we have had enough of overtime for a lifetime today. Vision. Oh, God. Close this one out. Second map. Technical opponent's map pick here, though, is really good, especially in the BFP's determination, of course. Talon needs to be cautious that they don't just get overrun on Dust2, our second map in this series as well. We've already seen one side of the fair on that map today. Talon, if they lose this one, hoping they can perform one themselves.
Early nades raining on in. Both teams playing pretty far back, though, despite all of that. You know, we're not seeing that sort of usual spam or usual confidence. Nobody wants to be that first player to go down, especially on the Talon end. But Lynn Vision do kind of have to close it here and now. I think, you know, you have absolutely got it right. So we'll see. Zaka trained in. It's got some support behind him as well. And then we've got Flying watching the apartments. It's a workable setup, but it does leave the site somewhat vulnerable.
Zaka playing defense right now. Not wanting to be that opening face that Talon get the opportunity to rip off. Instead, more of a redefined role over towards Library. Does reposition to be able to see what he can find inside of mid, but no one's getting aggressive as of yet. We've seen a good clarification of this round for Talon instead of the aggressive angles towards A with util throwing their way. We're going to be seeing it edge towards B. A fake out of smokes to be able to block off sightlines on A to see if they rotate someone over, which has not been the case. A great call here. Amelia holding onto the site, and it's Westman and the IGL popping up the frags. Azza nowhere to be seen in that engagement. Azza traded back straight up, but now you've activated Zaka, who's inside of CT, and he, I think, whiffs his first shot that we've seen, but from a Fufu's hands, they closed out this first map. 13 rounds to Lynn Vision Gaming. They take the opponent's map pick of Inferno and move to their round of Dust2.
Yeah, looking good there in the end. I think a bit of a battle in the early stage of the game. The individuals already activating. It's something that we look towards on this team. We need Zaka to really take over, and he absolutely did on that first map. So looking to do so again. And it is those players flying in a Fufu that come under the microscope a little bit for this Lynn Vision squad, and they are the ones that can just all of a sudden go missing. So hopefully, for the sake of Lynn Vision, not going to be the case. We are rolling into the action here, folks, as Dust2 gets underway.
It was certainly a middling performance from them both in that first map, but Zaka just did all the heavy lifting. I just double-checked the stats because it felt like an insane game. A 1.82 rating for Zaka. That is nuts coming into this BO3, and he's looking to continue that momentum here. Again, T-side for Lynn Vision. They position themselves towards A-long, and with just a smoke to play with, alongside the flashing prowess of flying, they're looking to deal bit of damage as they begin their approach. Sneaking on up is Zafufu. Looks to clutch the head of at least one. Immediately with the upgraded pistol, the P250 can take these fights from a little bit further range if they wish. Haddock on the swing, back up here inside of Goose, but has to fall back because the chip damage is simply too much on to MHL.
Wow, okay, Lynn Vision have just started things off completely explosively, completely leaving TALON in the dust. And there's really not anything that these remaining players can do from here. The USB potentially could find some heads, and I think Lynn Vision will respect that fact. First one goes down at quite some range there for the Julies. So yeah, they do just have to be careful, don't give the fights away too early. Little jump attempt from Netic. Not got loads of ammunition left. They're actually mowing the numbers down. Surely one kill's got to go back the way of the T side. It's all going to be onto Zaka. Not loads of time to get the defuse in. He's got to try and get this player off the bomb, really, but the smoke is down. It's not going to happen. Surely can't find the spam here. It's so damn close. But somehow, TALON have managed to pull that pistol out. 2 versus 5 they get.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Playing that out the way they did. Momentum back in their half as Netic's getting vocal off the server as well. It looked like it was all said and done when we saw how one-sided this take of the site was. I mean, look at it. It's a 5v2. Hazard is now just swinging out and ripping heads off alongside Netic. And it leaves Zaka the high fragging potential. Wanting more. Didn't get a single kill in that round, even with the upgraded pistol. Now he's on the scout with a couple of rifles surrounding him. Galil on Westmoreland and Amelia with techs picked up as well. They're looking to force this and looking to cause some issues for the A site of TALON once again.
That's a 1-for-1 trade. Netic doing well with the M4, but that's a lot of space gained very quickly for Lynn Vision. I don't think TALON were expecting, you know, straight up short kind of move. You can see the setup is just not here, so it will be a retake required. Azza is in quite quickly with this MP9. Was he seen? I don't know if he was seen there. I don't think Flying did spot him, but still hanging out on the edge. And of course, an angle that's expected. Azza does well. The rest of the team needs to start helping out, and they will. Zaka left alone. Azza incredibly low. There is no kit available here, though. And the P250 could make all the difference, to be honest. Even just jumping away to find Azza. They've got on the bomb. And there's just about enough time. The knife is out. Oh, Azza with the kill. Can you believe it? What is going on? TALON with 2 of the most lucky rounds in a row. Goodness me, Lynn Vision will be frustrated to say the least, but it is skin of the teeth stuff.
Oh, I think that damage mitigation comes from the whip of the first swing. Survives on 3 HP with 3 hits of a knife. I wonder if we're going to get it on the replay. Gorgeous from Azza, of course, to hold on to the side. Yeah, left, right, and I think the first one misses. Drops him low, and a full HP player will stay alive off the back of that. A couple of scrapes and cuts for his troubles, but it's another round snatched away by TALON. Zaka been given 2 opportunities now to clutch out a round, and has just fallen away. This post-plant situation for Lynn Vision is not looking as good as we've seen over on Inferno. Of course, still lacking the rifles and still too early to call. Off the back of that force. Forcing again. pistols and a scout for Zaka.
Might be able to get something going with how sort of chaotic the rounds have been here. I think there's definitely room. Lynn Vision playing things very, very slowly here. They have 2 smokes and 2 flashes. It looks like they will try and send something towards B, faking a fair amount of presence towards mid. And it does draw attention, but Afufu's in way faster than expected and now has a put out to blast, and unfortunately he will not pass the test. So 4 versus 3, that's got to be an immediate save. Lynn Vision showing some of the set rounds they have in the back pocket.
Yeah, that was really clean. I was calling into question how they would be able to convert this one, considering what their setup was. 2 rounds on the trot. They attempt it with the forced up weapons surrounding Zaka's scout. Doesn't really need to have too much of a say in this one, though. It's everyone else who steps up to the plate, taking down Hazard and Netic and punching a hole through that B-bomb site. TALON needs to be careful not to let this one get too far away from them. Amelia on the hunt. Doesn't have an idea that Addict's there, and yeah, just looking at the wrong angle there. Potentially expecting someone to cross into that line of sight a little bit later. But instead, it's the early swing. It's going to be a round on the board here for Lynn Vision. A couple of safe weapons as well is going to be good for their recon. They can drop some stuff over if need be, but it looks like Amelia, Zaka, or Fufu are just going to pick up better weapons. Really nice tap here for Fufu to get at the site. It's all at the hands of the Tech 9s as well.
Terrorists win.
All right, let's see. TALON going to have to bounce back. Cannot allow Lynn Vision to get in here. They have to respond. The buy is not fantastic, but there is a game plan. Zaka, through flashes and flames, will find the flick there to give an opener across to Lynn Vision. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Round slows down. TALON not wanting to overextend too far. Try to give MHL the opportunity to find the kill on Westmelon, but the angle is ever so slightly off, and as such, it only tags Westmelon down to 38. Does reposition. That mid-smoke is not long for this server. As it fades away, Netic, forward angle. Util goes up. Decent position, but surely this gets checked considering what's been smoked off over towards CT. They gotta try and clear it, but if Westmelon's the first base that goes on through, could get taken down, he does, and that now pumps the brakes for the rest of the Lynn Vision guys to consider going round. Molotov goes up, falls back, and doesn't really get anything out of it. Spam as it forces him out of the angle is going to be enough. MHL looking to be this lurking presence once again. Warp in tow, and they weren't expecting that one, but Afufu's there for the trade when needed. 25 seconds on the clock. Now on a 3 versus 2, and the weapon advantage heavily in Lynn Vision's favour.
Charging forwards in towards B, though, is where the remaining 2 are. Addict, the first one up to bat. Oh, it's Hazard on the deagle. Surely got to get this done now. He's done the hard work. The 2 out of nowhere. He can't guess the right side. Afufu plays into and finds the headshot. Oh, Hazard, that's so unfortunate. He needed 1 bullet. Maybe a bit too addicted to playing the time, you know? Should have just gone in for the swing. Wasn't enough in the end. Gave Lynn Vision a fright, but doesn't affect the scoreline too much.
Oh my god, what is that kill from Zaka?
Kind of crazy.
What the hell? Bro, he's
I
blind and he's like
see.
gets an idea.
Love to see it, mate. Love to see it.
This was so nice from Hazard, dude. Look at oh, I love to see it, but god, Afufu. He comes in clutch at the right moments. He opened up that B-bomb site the previous round, and now he shuts down the B-bomb site this time round. Afufu, okay, there we go. Well, he's blind and he's found some kills. There you go, 2 sprays. Amelia and Westmelon there as well. Still inside the smoke is Hazard. Looking for something, anything. They have an inkling, and I think Afufu would have heard that one. Yeah. They know he's there. Zaka taking him down, and not long for the server was TALON. 3rd round in a row now for Lynn Vision. Continuing to build up that T-side econ. Hopefully for them, continuing to build out a lead.
Another big round for Talon as they look to get back into things and even up the scoreline. Lynn Vision still looking a little bit messy for me. Talon's 2 rounds, though, incredibly messy. So, you know, the game has not stabilized quite yet. This might be the round in which it does. Sort of flash play in for Westmelon as he moves quick to get up short, trying not to telegraph themselves all that much. And it is once again looking to be an A finish.
It's double stack setup. What airburst on Here we go. MHL finds that frag, falls back. They're not going to be expecting Azza on this close angle at the same time. Looks like Zaka might have an inkling, but there's not too much tape for them to look into here for Talon. So you mentioned earlier on, they haven't actually been official before this event. Very nice. Since September. MHL retrains on the angle. Down one. Azza close range. They're expecting the AWP, they're not expecting him. And the backup from Addict as well. They put in the work, they put in the numbers, and they bring us level to a 3-3 scoreline. Great round from Talon.
Yeah, looking good. Lynn Vision just kind of walking into their setup a bit too lackadaisically, not enough early utility to create the space. Plenty of money coming into this one, though, to keep the buy going. Oh, ready to go. I mean, the jump lead was there if he was super fast with it, but unfortunately not. Either way, Lynn Vision have got some ideas, you know. They're always trying to be creative here and always trying to create early frags is the big thing.
Zaka's getting a little bit aggressive, and he's actually paid off for it. MHL struggling to find that one. Looks like it's a bit of a sitter, but she isn't prepared for him to already be there. Was hoping that someone would walk into his crosshair instead of just being ready and waiting. And he goes in to be able to weaken up Zaka just a little bit, but you can be on 1 HP of an AWP and still be an influential force. All you need is a single bullet to hit. Time's ticking down. Do need to see a push here from Lynn Vision. Looks like he's about to come at the hands of Westmelon as well. Limited util being used right now, though. We do chuck out a couple of Molotovs into CT, but not going to be clearing Azza or Addict, who just decides, you know what, get off my bomb site. Netic's there to be able to help out from CT, and now just Amelia in a 1 versus 4, who opens it up with a kill onto Addict. Can he find 4 more?
Yeah, we'll see. Got to recover that bomb is the big thing. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, and Netic is ready to go. Easy kill for him in the end. Talon going to take the lead. So Lynn Vision still not quite convincing us of a quick finish here. Talon, as we talked about, certainly capable on Dust2. Not proving themselves thus. Lynn Vision just, again, it feels too simple, you know. We may need a bit of a timeout here. Just try and come up with a round that has some deeper utility. Yeah, but I think substance is, you know, a good word for it, because they are just trying to run at them and out frag, which I don't think is necessarily going to work here.
I get that it worked over on Inferno. There was still strat to it. There was still back and forth play with Lynn Vision. More control of the map was found before they just pushed onto bomb sites and found some kills. This time round, they're not really doing that. They're just kind of setting themselves up, going in for a little bit of utility. Instead of dealing initial damage, it's just, hey, we're going to get the kills on the site. Which is blowing up in their faces. Speaking about blowing up in the face, Nay goes in onto Amelia. Almost sub 50 there. 44 damage dealt. Looking for the head of anyone they can find on the site. We can see it's Azza holding ready and waiting, and she's going to be spamming away when he spots the first face. All 5 of them now out in the open. Netic looking to find the head of at least one of them here, but yeah, Lynn Vision second guessing themselves at this point. It is just going to be a farm fest for this M4. Falls back, but Azza's there to pick up the pieces. Does get 1 dig down by Zaka. But I don't think it's going to be enough for them to be able to convert anything here. That rifle is long gone for them, and unless they can find Netic cleanly, okay, maybe. I'm starting to believe. They need to find this next one on the site. It needs to be crisp, and it's simply not going to be that. As Addict is there, finds those final two. The second you miss that first 1D shot, round is over and done with. 5-3 now. Talon take a pushing lead.
Yeah, certainly workable. And as I talked about a few rounds ago, needed the game to kind of stabilize. The vacillation between the two teams comes to a close, and Talon have been the ones that move ahead of things. So we'll see if they can hold on to that. You know, it's the key thing here, of course. Lynn Vision, their pickup, and talked about as a map coming into this tournament that they would have had in the back pocket. So let's see why. A quick burst out long leaves Addict in the grave, 6 feet under. Does some damage, but yeah, the control and the kill is absolutely massive for Lynn Vision.
Hot flash Razor, seeing what you can find. There's a gap in that smoke down the end in case. Ooh, cheeky little sprint. To get Zaka over to the other side. Due to that small gap. Going to be able to open up with a kill here on to one of the two AWPers. Double AWP set up here for Talon. Westmelon, how have you snuck this deep in? They are not expecting this one at all. Azza might have an inkling that something's going on, but no, his aim is still trained over towards that long angle. Netic begins falling back, and I feel like Westmelon might have missed his opportunity window here, because now that the crossing starts, this is where they're going to realise, okay, there could be someone here already, and MHL was already on the angle. This poor position that Westmelon was given, afforded, has been squandered now, but Flying is going to ensure that the round does not fall the same way as he taps down Netic out of this one.
Yeah, so here you are, Lynn Vision, again, moving through a few of their sort of deeper rounds, a little more thought out initially. And once again, it's all about these set pieces from Lynn Vision trying to create early kills. They do exactly that, and they're able to play around it. I mentioned it on Inferno. They, for me, are a team that really do struggle with coming back into rounds. But if they're in the lead, it seems like everything falls into place nicely. Not always guaranteed, but yeah, they play simple Counter-Strike. They play it together, play it as a unit, and if a piece of that unit falters, they don't rightly know what to do.
Good call out.
Terrorists win.
Explosion's so nice, we have to see it twice. Lynn Vision went on a little bit of a hunt there towards the tail end. See if they can rip any of those weapons out of the hand of the Talon boys. That's not to be the case, though. The AWP saved over, and MHL got his grips on that. B-bomb site approach for Lynn Vision here. Something a little bit different. We've seen them end over towards this bomb site. We don't usually see them start there. Pushing and prodding for some mid-presence instead of deciding to just go to the closest angle for the bomb. Amelia and Nafufu have done this time and time again, where they're just poking and prodding. Usually they go up short here, but instead they are going to be looking for some sort of pick inside of mid. The fact that the smoke comes down, yeah, they're not going to be expecting anyone to push off the back of this one. Nafufu finding 2 opening kills is fantastic. Amelia to be able to back him up also to be able to get the crossfire means there's only 2 people left inside of this round. One of them being Hazard, locked into Carl right now, and MHL still inside of CT with that AWP. Hazard does not expect them to be on the bomb site this early, and the round is all said and done with only MHL left in this one with an AWP and a 1 versus 5. Game, round, over said and done with. Really clean. If we see more of this from Lynn Vision.
Terrorists win.
Goodbye MHL, goodbye AWP.
Yeah, pretty big kill there at the end to deny that away, but we've seen that a couple of times in the Dust2 games that we've cast, where it's like the convention is to go for the mid to B smoke and go through the kind of checklist of the B take, and Lynn Vision go anti that. It's a couple teams that were doing it. Drillers, there's multiple drillers. They enjoyed doing that quite a bit. It's been a long, old evening into the morning. I think we're both feeling the fatigue, especially after, you know, a triple OT straight into the next series. So I think
Wait,
if I miss a letter here or there, I'm okay, right?
It's all merged into one, mate.
I know. One long map of Counter-Strike. But this is it. We get a taste of what it's like to play. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you have a map like that, and it's like, oh, you got to play another. Oh, FlyQuest. You've got another series later, guys. So, you know.
I hope you like playing Counter-Strike, boys, because you're back at it in 4 hours.
Let's see how much you really want it. Yeah.
No break time. Look, with a push here from Talon down mid, there's nothing really to say about this round. It's a bit of a Hail Mary play, stacking up 5 of them. Zaka has an inkling. It seems like this might be a bit of a good read here. The A-bomb site is completely locked down. Still respecting it with the util being committed, though. Double smokes chucked over 2 short. Down cat. Miscom maybe, but it's going to be Amelia who just picked up the pieces here. Addict finds one. Ooh, split the difference there. Uncharacteristic miss. And the backup here from Westmelon. Quick and easy, over and done with for the Lees to swap back to the T sides. Moving to round number 12. Final round of the half as Talon look to bring us level with this fall by. MHL with the AWP in hand. Only 4 kills to his name so far. Remember, ended that first half over on Inferno. Was incredibly dominant showing from it. It jumped up ahead of Zaka. I think he was on 20 kills while Zaka was on 19. It was very, very close between the two of them. The ADR off the charts. Something not to be said for this one, though. Zaka or MHL leading for their squads. Double warp setup. Fufu's got one in hand. Hello. Bit rogue.
Yeah, I think maybe just off the back of the econ being so good, right?
Yeah,
he swaps. Yeah, onto the AK. You can buy both, try and get some spam down early. Doesn't actually go that well. He ends up getting spammed himself, so it's unfortunate.
No, that's not what I wanted. I want the other way around. What's going on?
Yeah. Not the best start into the final round here of the first half. But we'll see if they can recover things. Lynn Vision opting for a slower roll and a very, very passive default here. Just Westmelon digging around, getting bits of utility out. Oh, he does get a flash in, so, you know, again, always excitable and looking for a fight. Oh, gonna take some bullets. Still alive, but they are being chipped away at here.
Alec's got to be careful there. I know he's good for a couple of these frags, but when there's 2 faces facing off at you with AKs, it's going to be difficult for you to be able to find both. Unless, honestly, he had an AK. Alas, the M4A1S can only find one of them. It's a quick trade there from Azza after a Fufu finally finds the AWP of MHL. Smoke goes down to try to block off that CT sight line, cleared by the nade. There's nothing to be found. Still have an underpass holding player in the form of Westmelon, waiting for this cross, and there's one. Just be able to throw a spanner into the mix, takes down Hazza, and Hazza backs him up. Bomb is going to get planted with only a few milliseconds left on the round. Lynn Vision have timed that to perfection. And now in this 2 versus 2, with Zaka aggressive on this shot, completely whited, does get taken down, and well, so does Flying. Great little crossfire, great little take. As Talon bring us level once again to a 6-6 scoreline, they are not going to go quietly into the night. This series still all to play for.
Lynn Vision have done well to pull it back, of course, but yeah, it's always nice to get that final round moving into your attacking side. But we'll see here. Pistol carries a lot of weight, as always, and yeah, very, very curious to see what this T side's going to look like out from Talon, and also what our guy Zaka is going to be able to do now that he potentially has a slightly higher impact on the CT side opening.
Good back up there for Flying. He's actually lucky to stay alive. That spray control is a little bit cleaner. I mean, his head could have been ripped off as well. Quite cool from Westmelon. I like that. Not really having too much of an impact in the round, but when he did, it just draws the attention away, allowing Lynn Vision to be able to get that bomb planted. We swap sides, though. Now, Talon, the aggressors on that T side with Lynn Vision Gaming. Set up on the CT. Long-range pistols. a round for them all. Is that a P2K on Amelia? I think it is.
Yeah.
Are you a P2000 or are you a USP man?
I am a USP man through and through. I don't think I've used the P2K since like 2018 or something like that.
Oh.
To be honest with you, it's a long time. It's a long time. I don't know. The USB is just cooler.
It is cooler. Anyone who takes suppressor off, though, is a maniac. I'll tell you that for nothing. Zaka, suppressor on this time round. Doesn't pull the trigger as of yet, though they do have an inkling he's there. A couple of jumps there from Talon, and almost bites him in the arse there. MHL straight through the mid doors. A Fufu knows what it's like to be on the other side of that angle, so holding behind, waiting for someone to swing on through. Zaka expecting the utility and looking for the taps from range, even though he's blind. Finds Azza, looks for some more here. It's just going to be chips onto Hazza. With Addicts now roaming out from double doors, out on long A. It's two faces he's got to find. Zaka does finally take him down, though. With the bomb getting planted, there is a two-man advantage for Lynn Vision.
Looking good. They've got a kit available as well, so no need to rush into things here. Finding another down to just MHL. He cannot hold, and it's a big round for Lynn Vision. The fashion in which they find it, but yeah, just also the fact that they are able to get that pistol ready and rolling on the CT side, you know, always good. Zaka gets a good number of kills. He gets the defuse. So that sets him up in pretty good stead here for that AWP. Probably not going to full spend. We'll see. He might go in for an M4, I suppose, to try and give some, yeah, fair defense. So AWP not really going to come into play quite yet. See what Talon opt to do. They're buying in. However, going heavy on the Galils. So this to me speaks to like a rush kind of play. Just try and flash out, probably towards long.
Timeout continues as the discussions evolve. Making sure everyone's on the same page here. Envision want to close this one out without going to a third map. They want to use that little bit of a buffer, bit of a break that they get before that next best of three, should they win this one. So have to reset. Remember, FlyQuest have had this time off since their hell of a BO3 to be able to relax, reset the mental and prep for potentially both of these teams. Amelia, though, recognises there's still some work to be done on the server. Replaced by a Fufu on long. With this buy, Envision is set up pretty tidily with this 3-2 split. Expecting something explosive from Talon, who have, of course, forced into this one.
Yeah, leaning on a lot more utility in the end. There was a refund in there. So a change of plans before the round will go. And they will just slowly edge their way forwards, gaining bits of control. In towards short here. Looking pretty good for Lynn Vision to fend off, but Talon going to pull away from it. So very curious as to what their late round plan is actually going to look like.
They're running that time down right now while just gaining information inside of mid, with the smoke popping inside of CT to be able to block off that sightline, and flashes going up from the CTs to be able to halt any form of aggression. Amelia tries to clear that smoke, but doesn't swing off the back of it. A Fufu finds Addict, and I think they believe that is enough to be able to call that this is going to be towards the A-bomb side, especially when Zaka picks up Azza as well. Three more faces swing on through from Catwalk, and MHL is ripping heads off of Zaka and Amelia as he believes these are the only two remaining players here. The rotates come out, Deagle's in tow, but a Fufu good for the flick to be able to take down Hazza, and a cheeky little Cookley spam there from a Westmelon to pick up MHL. Netic now in a 1v2 with no time available, has to save that M4, and no money goes into his pocket. Lynn Vision make it a 2-round gap, moving into round number 15.
Yeah, kind of tough there. I mean, you've got to try and play for the round, but potentially could have gathered their losses and just secured the bomb plant. Certainly a, you know, safe angle that he could have gone with. But either way, round goes the way of Lynn Vision. We have some weaponry making it into this round. Little awkward, to be honest. Netic's got no money as he makes the M4 work, I suppose. So a max 10 for him in the next round, probably.
Almost certainly. It seems the place to play. Molly on the soft corner. Just to see if anyone wants to push on through. Communication there. You see Amelia talking to the rest of the team. Heard that the Molotov did indeed do some damage to Netic. I know at least one's hit. Crossfire being held here by Westmelon. He's going to be the peeking face, but Netic looks for the tap and isn't going to be good for it. It's just 2 bullets needed from Westmelon to be able to take him down and to halt this aggression for the time being as we move on to 50 seconds in the round. Amelia taken down 1, 2, 3, and Azza with the trade might be too little too late as the 2-man squad of Westmelon and Amelia do all of the work. It's a 9th round here for Lynn Vision. They're looking to close this one out. A quick 2-0 scriv. They've got the momentum to do so now, but it is a full buy from TALON. Have they got it in them?
Yeah, we are indeed about to find out. I suppose this is where we look to, you know, the more experienced players on this team. Those of Hazza, who still is very, very young, but it is, of course, Azza that we're really leaning on. Big nade damage done to MHL. They're going to go charging forwards. Oh my goodness,
Nice.
so much for flying. However, Zaka at mid has managed to find 2. So yes, they'll get the site. Yes, they'll get the bomb down, but it has cost them almost everything to make this happen. The retake, very much doable. They've got a decent amount of utility. Just sort of trying to line things up a little bit here, work it out. Get everything into the right hands, I suppose. But yeah, there's so much left. Molotovs, HEs that could really make a difference. I'd like to see a few of those out. I think we've got a flash lined up. It was the Molotov, actually. Okay, so fair enough. They will get a bit of it out. Westmelon coming round. He's the big man, and he will get that retake going, making it look pretty easy. Kind of close in the end, so thankfully they get a player with a kit on the bomb.
Ooh.
Yeah, the bar at the top was pretty close. I think there was maybe a second and a half in it.
I think I heard the at the very
yeah,
end.
it was close. It was very close. It was going very high pitched. But yeah, that's it was pretty good actually. To be fair.
Cody,
Yeah, it's a little closer than you would like though, Lynn Vision. I think needed someone on that bomb slightly earlier.
This was rough inside of mid, by the way. I mean, there should have been a lot more offense there from TALON. The fact that the smoke leaves like this dramatic of a gap and Zach is able to abuse it. Speaking about abusing it, completely blind. Goodbye, addict. Get the hell out of my round. Shoots him down. Amelia inside of mid, trying to do some damage onto Hazard as well, but not to be the case. We're at level peggings once again, the 4 versus 4, but TALON are running. I 10 it away from long.
This is still tough, though. I mean, they do even up the numbers. They've got no utility for me to work with, and I think that's a big issue for TALON. Their T-sides look weak. They are lacking some of the default and the scale into the round, right? Lynn Vision are also a team that I think don't use it very much. Flying with a 2-piece. May well have just decided this one, but Lynn Vision, they do have it in them. They just don't lean on it all that much. It does feel like TALON are just without it, you know, don't really have a lot to their game right now. Zaka finishes things off. It's just too easy. There's nothing flashy to it. They walk straight into his crosshair. All he's got to do is left click. And he's pretty good at that by now. 11-6 as Lynn Vision looking to put TALON to bed.
Only a few rounds away from doing it as well. Envision of but pretty clinical in this one. It's a relatively new roster coming together. Limited officials playing under the TALON name. Boot camping in Europe for a little bit of time now. It's like a technical timeout being called over by the ref. Review the previous round. How? Just how? Like, he's tracking someone while completely blind. The screen is white. You don't get that outline the way that we can see it on his screen. It's a pure instinct that he's been able to hit that shot. And he's consistently doing it. This guy is something special, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he will have taken those shots, landed those shots thousands of times. So it is, like you say, just pure instinct. All right, here we go. Back into things. TALON actually opting to grab an eco here. So they are playing for 6 in a row. I mean, it is tough, bro. The money is just in the worst spot coming into the final moments, you know. I think you do have to feel for them in that sense. As I like to say, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it feels like whichever decision they make is going to leave them in a difficult spot.
Only planted the bomb twice in this half. Not won a single round in it either. Asking for 6 in a row off the back of this, unless we see a miracle round. God, is the definition of a Hail Mary, I think. The most cross-map smoke you could have had with the open skybox here. You have to block off one of the sight lines, but it's just going to be Flying and Westmelon who just shut them down. That's 2 blind kills found as are inside of mid. Looking to channel the years of the Renegades. But it's going to be hard. It's been 5 years since Azza has made it to the major. The last one being Berlin, 2019. Yes, that's 5 years ago. Don't deep it too much. They came 3rd place there. He's tried time and time again with a number of different rosters to be able to make it back to those heights. While leading Sprout for that brief time period. The Blast Paris RMRs playing in Europe that time round. They could not get it over the line. And after over a year out of being in a squad, he comes back. They qualify through the open qualifiers of the Oceanic region. Then through the closed, beating out Rooster. 2-1 in that BO3. And now they're at this point here. 1 round away from being eliminated. And Westmelon goes with the most aggressive hold that we have seen from him, but someone has a read, and Netic is indeed able to punish him. Zaka's trying to back him up with a smoke going down, and Amelia crushing hopes and dreams here. Azza inside of mid, the only one to have made it to those bright light stages. A Fufu giving Addict a little cuddle inside of those long doors, spots him out, takes him down, and now it's just Hazza on a team with one of his idols from Young. Is looking to make a statement with the final 2 players in the round here from Lynn Vision. A Flying and a Fufu, the 2 latest additions, the ones we've had question marks about, who have stepped up to the plate in these final few games, and now they do it. A Fufu finds that final kill, and we get our Copenhagen replay in the lower bracket grand final. A slight adjustment in the roster for Lynn Vision, but the ex-Greyhounds guys for FlyQuest